All right. All right. First thing that it was giving an error that we need to put a close bracket sign at the end of my command. That is basically before no level. I need to put another bracket here. Always remember that it is basically ended with double bracket. Why? Because the bracket start from here, IV. It start from here and it should be ended with double bracket. So you need to put double bracket and then press enter. Now, if you see, it is basically executed. The command is executed here. The first difference, GMM, is executed here. So how can we interpret the one step difference GMM here? The first thing that you need to see here is that your number of instruments should be less than number of observation. And if it is less than number of groups, it is also very favorable for you. So always remember that number of instruments should be less than number of observation. And if the number of instruments are less than number of groups, it is also favorable for you as a estimation part. The second thing, you need to check the wall test. It is not calculated here. I don't know the reason. Maybe some error might have arisen. Maybe one step difference GMM maybe not appropriate for this data. I will check the second step difference GMM. Maybe there the wall test is calculated. The next thing that you need to see, the first lag of your dependent variable is highly significant here. It means that your dependent variable, which is CO2 emission, is significantly determined by its own previous value. Because if you see the lag 1 coefficient, it is positive, and the p value is also highly significant. It means your dependent variable, which is CO2 emission, is significantly determined or significantly enhanced due to its own previous value. Now, the next thing that you can see here is GE, another independent variable. It is not significant at level, but it is significant at first lag and second lag too. It is highly significant at first lag because the p value is very small in case of first lag. So we can see that it is negatively impacting in first lag uh, on your dependent variable. Then R1, if you see R1 is not significant at any lag value, so it means it is insignificant. REC, if you can see, REC is basically highly significant at level value. It means current value of REC is negatively impacting the dependent variable, which is CO2 emission. Then the first lag value of REC is positively impacting. So we should consider if our hypothesis supports the current value, we should consider the current value. If our hypothesis supports the first lag value as a positive value, we should consider the first lag value. Then FDI, foreign direct investment. If you see here, foreign direct investment is not significant here at any level or any lag value. Then you can see the last variable, which is GDP constant, and it is significant at current level as well as it is also significant at first lag. But if you see, the current value is positive while the lag value is negative. So we need to check or we need to verify our hypothesis. If our hypothesis is indicating a positive relationship, we should consider the uh, current value of GDP constant. If our hypothesis is supporting the negative sign, then we should consider the lag value of our variable. Now, the next thing that you need to see uh, after this analysis is basically the Arlino bond test. It is a test for autocorrelation or serial correlation. Always remember that you need to verify whether the serial correlation should not be significant at second order. The first row is showing the serial correlation at the first order, but the second line shows the that there is no serial correlation at the second order. So AR1 means first order serial correlation. AR2 means second order serial correlation. So for GMM estimation, always remember that you need to focus on second order serial correlation. If the second order serial correlation is not significant, it means your GMM estimation is valid. But if the second order serial correlation is significant, it means your system GMM, your GMM estimation is not valid. So in our case, the second order AR test or second order serial correlation is not significant. So we can say that our GMM estimation is good. The next thing that you need to check here is the weakness of instrument. If you see Sargent test, it is indicating that uh, instruments are weak. But if you see the Hansen test, it indicates that instruments are not weak. So if this value is significant, it means instruments are weak. And if this value is not significant, it means instruments are not weak. It means how many instruments you have identified in your model are good. So if both of these values are significant, it means your model is not valid. So as one of the value is significant, if both of the value becomes insignificant, it is good for you. It is good for GMM estimation. But if one of the value becomes significant and the other is not significant, it's still valid for you for the estimation procedure. So always remember that all of the value related to Sargent test or Hansen test, these should be uh, 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 these should not be significant. So if you see here the Hansen test for over identification, it is not significant. The Hansen test for excluding groups, it is not significant. The Hansen test for excluding group for difference, it is not significant as well. So majority of the testing procedure are not significant. It means our one-step system GMM, one-step difference GMM is valid here. Now, if I need to check whether two-step difference GMM is valid for our estimation or not, you just need to copy the same command from here, put the command here, and you just need to replace the robust and write here two-step, and the remaining procedure would be same. You don't need to change anything else. You just need to replace the robust word with two-step and press enter, and it will run the two-step difference GMM. The previous one was the one step, now it is two step. If you see here, this is two-step difference GMM. Still, if you can see here, the number of instrument are less than number of probes and number of observation. So instrument would be considered valid. And if you see here, still the lag value is significant. GE value is significant at current period. It is also significant at first lag. It is also significant at second lag. If we compare the result with the one step, you can see that GE was not significant at level in case of one step difference GMM. But in case of two steps difference GMM, it is incredibly significant, and all other variables are also significant. So majority of the variable, if you see here, are significant in case of two-step system, difference GMM. So, so you need to check your hypothesis, which of the hypotheses are basically uh, spotted here. The second thing is that you need to verify the AR2, Arlino bond test. It should not be significant. One of these tests should not be significant. So here Hansen test is not significant, and the remaining test are also not significant. So this is how you can consider the difference GMM. Now let's suppose I need to run the uh, system GMM here in place of difference GMM. I need to run here the system GMM. What I need to do, always remember that I need to make two changes here. I need to copy the same command like this. You can simply click on it. What changes I need to do? I need to write here GMM style. You simply need to add the word style here. The other things remaining same. And you need to write here something else I would like to show you. For example, in case of, yes, this is the GMM style. You need to write here robust small. You need to write here robust and small. That is the basically changes that you need to put here for getting your one step system GMM. So always remember that system GMM is superior than difference GMM. So press enter and it will show you one step system GMM estimation. So let me show you the results. Now the number of instruments are increased. Previously it were 105 instruments. Now it is 120 instruments. Number of groups are still 115 and number of observation are 1495. If you see here, first lag is still significant, but for independent variable, the current value and the first lag value is not significant, but it is significant at second lag. So we need to verify whether our hypothesis is accepted here or not. If you see R1, it is not significant at any value at the current level, at the lag 1, at the lag 2. And then REC, these are significant at current level as well as significant at first level. But the signs are opposite. In case of current value, it is negative, but in case of first lag, it is positive. Then if you see the FDI, it is not significant at any level, not significant at current level, not significant at the previous level. Then if you see the GDP constant, it is significant at current level as well as it is significant at lag 1, but with opposite sign. And one additional thing, if you notice here, you can find here the value of constant in case of system GMM. In case of difference GMM, there is no constant value here. So most of the people prefer that system GMM is superior in estimation for basically the GMM estimation. So this was one step GMM. Now, if I need to run the two-step GMM, what I need to do, I need to replace the small with two steps, just two steps, and press enter, and it will run the two-step system GMM command. Now you can see here two-step system GMM. Number of instrument 120, which are less than number of observation but more than number of groups. Lag value is significant, and the first independent variable, the first lag is weakly significant, but the second lag is highly significant. So here are the changes in your estimation. Then R1, if you see, no variable in R1, R1 is not significant at any level, but REC is significant at current level as well as significant at level 1 with opposite sign. And if you see the FDI, it is not significant here. GDP con, it is significant at current level as well as first level. And if you see the constant, it is not significant. The other thing that we need to verify here is the AR values. AR value 2, Arlino and Bond, it is not significant. Simply one of these tests is not significant, and the remaining tests are also not significant. So here we can conclude that we need to use, for this particular model, we need to use two-step system, two-step different CMM. This result was valid because most of the variables were significant, as well as our assumptions that we have discussed previously were also met. So this is all about today's discussion. If you have any question, you can ask. Yes, Adnan Afzal, do you have any question about today's discussion?
Thank you, dear.
All right, so let's consider another topic from tomorrow. Let me decide whether we should start for time series analysis or we should start the other topics related to our regression analysis. And one of the topics was suggested by you. I will see whether I can start from tomorrow relevant to your topic or from the coming week. So my suggestion is to start the time series from tomorrow, and we will start the remaining and the topic suggested by you in the next week. So let's hope for the best, and thank you very much for joining, and let's meet tomorrow.